Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be making chicken pasta bake. Here I have all of my ingredients ready. The first thing I'm going to do before I show you my next steps is I've boiled my kettle so I have hot water. Okay, I'm not going to put this on because if I put hot water into a hot pan, it will just splash up at me, okay? Especially if it's boiling hot water. Put my pan on now. So don't put it on, go and do the kettle and then pour it in. Wait for the kettle to boil and then pop it in, okay? Putting that on, making sure I've got no hazards around there, okay? Taking my hot water, being very careful, pouring my water into my saucepan. So chicken pasta bake is quite healthy and it's got carbs in there as well. So if you had it as one of your meals a day, that could be, it's got your protein, your vegetables, your carbs. What would it be part of? Does anybody know? Can anyone tell me? Yes? Yeah, but what have we learned? Yes.
Eat well plate.
Excellent. Part of my eat well plate, okay? Because it's got lots of vegetables in there. We've got our carbohydrates, we've got sauces, we've got some fats in there as well, okay? So my water is boiling. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here to help keep the pasta loose when it's cooking. And for a little bit of flavour, I'm going to take some salt, okay? And that should be it. I'm going to move these bits a bit closer to me. Bear with me. Excellent. All right, so got my pasta, okay? There's 250 grams of pasta. You guys may use a little bit more when you're cooking in groups of 3, okay? Now I'm going to let that boil. Anything I don't want, I'm going to place into the sink. But this I might put a spoon on, so I might keep it on the side, okay? Right. I'm going to put a lid on this, but I'm going to keep a very close eye on this as well so it doesn't spill over, okay? Now I have my saucepan here where I'm going to just saute my vegetables and cook my chicken. But firstly, I need to cut my chicken. So, time for knife skills, okay? Taking my breast of chicken. We don't wash our chicken at school, okay? If you do it at home, it's up to you. But at school, it's about cross-contamination. We want to make sure we're not contaminating our areas that we're working in, all right? So, holding the chicken in place, and then you're just slicing first, okay? I'm using my claw grip here to hold the chicken, okay? So we're slicing, moving that away, and then I'm going to be dicing, okay? Holding it in small pieces, but the pieces have to be the same size for it to cook equally, okay? And evenly. Bridge hold, and then I'm going to be dicing. Sometimes the pieces might be a little bit big, so you might need to use your bridge hold, okay? And slice it, and then dice it. Here we go. Being careful, not too quickly, because you're still learning, okay? Don't want to cut your fingers. Go. Now, as you can see, I am using my red chopping board. Now, my red chopping board is for what? Does anybody know? Yes. Yeah. So, for raw meats, excellent. Well done. Okay. The reason we have different coloured chopping boards. Anybody know why we have different coloured chopping boards? Yes.
Cross-contamination.
Excellent. Beautiful. We want to make sure we're not contaminating our foods. Okay. So we have to be very careful in using the correct chopping boards. Okay. There we go. One more small piece. This shouldn't take too long. Keeping an eye on your pasta as well. That's all done. So now what I'm doing, there's a little bit of excess liquid in here. I'm going to pour that in the sink because I don't want that. Bringing my bowl back to my area. Picking my chicken up and putting it in the bowl. Placing it inside the bowl. Here we go. Now this is going to go near my sink area, okay? Because it's going to have to be washed. I'm going to put it on the side over here for now. And I'm just going to wash my hands really quickly. Using hot water, warm water, obviously not too hot so it's not burning your hands, but we want to make sure that we have cleaned all of that bacteria from the chicken off. Okay, taking the lid off, just giving it a quick stir, the pasta, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom, okay, and it's cooking equally. There we go. Now at this point the oven should be on because the food's got to be ready to go in there, okay? So, time to season my chicken. Over here, I'll take a spoon. over here I have some minced garlic. Okay, this will go straight into the chicken, into my sink. Get used to putting everything straight into the sink, okay? Keeping health and safety standards quite high. I've got mixed herbs here. I've got some chili powder. I've got some salt, but I'm going to open the top of this because it'll be easier. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put a generous helping of pepper. And using my measuring spoon, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, okay? Now, what I don't need is going to go straight into the wash, to the sink for somebody to wash. Okay, now, just mixing that up. Now, what you can do, probably a good idea, okay, is if we let our chicken marinate for a little while, okay, while we make our white sauce. It won't take too long. Actually, let's do it the other way around today. So you can let it marinate for a little while. If you're cooking it at home, maybe you can do it the night before, or you can just marinate it quickly here, then do your white sauce, and then come to cooking your chicken and your vegetables, okay? Firstly, I'm gonna put my saucepan on, keeping an eye always on my pasta, making sure it's not over boiling. Bring it down maybe a little bit so it can just simmer while that cooks. That's penne pasta. Penne pasta takes a little while longer to cook, okay? Just putting my hand over it to see the temperature of this. Using a small amount of oil. Small amount of oil. About a tablespoon, okay? I'm going to wait for that to heat up. When the oil moves around the saucepan quite easily, that's when you know that your oil is ready. Okay? Brilliant. Now, I'm going to need my wooden spoon. Excellent. This is ready for me with the chicken to go into now, okay? So, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. Holding the bowl quite close so that it doesn't splash up at you, any of the oil, okay? Hear the little sizzle? Doing it up straight. Excellent. Okay. Now, holding on to it, always thinking about health and safety. If you turn around, it might be easier for you to see. Well done. Your chicken's going to turn a pale colour, okay? It's not going to be this pink colour anymore, it will turn white. Obviously with your herbs and spices in it, it won't be doing that. Now, over here, Miss has prepared all the vegetables for me, all fresh vegetables, because fresh vegetables are nicer to use. I have got some carrots, some broccoli, and some onions, okay, and some red pepper. So as you can see, it's a lovely colour here. So we've got green, orange, red, and a little bit of white here. So it's almost like the colours of the rainbow. We want to make sure we're incorporating different types of vegetables into our food, colours as well. And I have some sweet corn here as well, okay? Now, which one do you think out of these will take the longest to cook? Yes.
Broccoli.
Nearly, yeah? No, not there yet. Yes. So I'm going to say them out. Carrots, broccoli, peppers, onions, and sweet corn. Yep. The carrots take a little while longer to cook than the rest of the vegetables, okay? Again, keeping an eye on my pasta. Giving it a quick mix. You'll see when the colour changes if it's cooked enough, okay? I'm going to leave the lid off that for now so it's nice and warm. Put that over here. Just cooking that through. Making sure you don't burn your ingredients as well, okay? Sometimes what you can do is you can put a little bit of water in the chicken so it doesn't stick and doesn't burn. But we have non-stick pans here, so that's not a major problem, okay? Okay, getting a nice colour on my chicken. Chicken doesn't take too long to cook because if we overcook chicken, chicken will become dry and we don't want that, okay? So firstly, in goes my carrots. I'm going to try and turn it around so you guys can see that. And I'm going to put my red pepper in, my red bell pepper, which is sweet peppers. Put some onions in, diced onions. Okay, and I'm just going to wait there. And then what I will do is I will put the broccoli in a little while. Okay, excellent. Put these straight into my sink because I don't need them anymore. Keeping my area tidy. As you can see, there's less and less things over here now for me to deal with, okay? Okay, what I will be doing now is I'm going to put this at the back, okay? Because it can cook on a slow heat while I'm doing my sauce. We can do 2, 3 things. We'll be doing 3 things at once here, okay? Putting that over there, giving it a stir, leaving this here, because I want to just stir that now and then, okay? And making sure I've got my spatula to help mix my pasta as well, just to make sure it doesn't stick, okay? Brilliant, there you go. So those 2 things are there. That is at the back there cooking nicely. Maybe I'll put the temperature up a little bit on that one. Okay, now time for my another saucepan. As you can see, these things are cooking, and it's time for us to make something else, okay? Now we have to keep an eye on this sauce, okay? Taking another wooden spoon, or even better, you can have your hand whisk and a wooden spoon, because if we have lumps in our white sauce, then this will help take them out. I have 2 tablespoons, 2 large tablespoons of butter here. Put them straight into my pan. You have to be really careful at this point because we want to make sure that we're not burning our butter, okay? Because the butter can burn really quickly. Keeping an eye on that. Taking my spoon and giving the chicken a quick mix. Because that's cooking nicely over there, okay? There we go. Okay, keeping an eye on my butter always. And you can control the temperatures here on how you want to, what temperature you want a bit higher, what you want lower. You have to have control over your temperatures at all times, okay? So butter's nearly melted. Be a little bit patient at this point. And I want to put 2 tablespoons of flour. So I've got 2 tablespoons of butter with 2 tablespoons of flour, okay, to make a white bechamel roux sauce, okay? 1 and 2 heaped spoons. I'm going to put the temperature down now, okay? And I'm going to stir. I'm going to make this into a paste, okay? Make this into a nice paste over here. And just let the flour cook for a couple of minutes, okay? Keep on stirring that. I think I may add a little bit more flour because you want the consistency quite thick. Hopefully you can see inside the pans. Can we see inside the pans, yeah? Okay. Mixing that. At the same time while I'm mixing this, making sure the handle is at somewhere that it's not gonna, I can't bash it, okay? So, now, time for me to mix in my milk, okay? I'm gonna change the utensil I'm using. I'm gonna use my whisk, okay? So with my whisk, I'm whisking and I'm pouring in my milk very gently, okay? Making sure you try not to spill it like I have. Okay, there we go. And you use 500 milliliters, which is the small cartons, okay, of milk that we need to use. Don't need this anymore, so this will go straight into the bin, okay? Wiping up any spillages. Now going back to my sauce, giving it a quick stir. While it's quite cool still, what I will do, I'll just give my chicken a little stir over there. Putting the temperature up a bit. Because in a moment I'm going to put the broccoli in, okay? Going over to my pasta, just keeping that a quick check. That's nearly done as well. Taking it away from the bottom thingy of its stuck, okay? Excellent. Well done. Now, coming back to my sauce, at the front here, making sure I've got the right one. There we go. Normally, if you're making mac and cheese, you can use this white sauce, okay? But with this one, because we've got all of our herbs and spices in here already, we don't need to do that, okay? Okay. Now over here, I have some cheese, okay? And you can put cream cheese in here as well if you want to in your white sauce. I'm going to take a handful of cheese, and I'm going to take one more handful of cheese, okay? Here we go. Adding a little bit of flavour to this, I will be putting some salt, half teaspoon, and some pepper. Okay, we've got our garlic, pepper, herbs, seasoning all over there, okay? So now we are just going to let this sauce cook, let it get a little bit thicker, okay? Whisking that through, giving that a chance to cook. Okay, while that's cooking, we're going to give our chicken a quick stir at the back, putting the temperature down, because it doesn't take long to cook, okay? Time to put some sweet corn in here. I'm going to put half a tin of sweet corn. I'm going to put my broccoli in there, okay? And I'm going to give it a quick stir. Hopefully you can see inside the pan all of those beautiful flavours, okay? Excellent. We're nearly done here, all right? Now my pasta is ready, so giving that a quick stir at the bottom. I want to just keep a little bit of the pasta sauce just in case I might need it. The pasta water, because it's got starch in there, so that will help thicken this product if we need it. Or loosen it if we need it just too thick. Taking this to my sink, making sure nothing's in the way, so just moving bits out the way. Sometimes you can put it on the side. Colander goes straight inside. Taking this over my counter so it's not over anybody else, and pouring that in, putting my saucepan at the bottom and just placing it there on the side, because we may need to use some of that, okay, in a little while. I can use this spoon, the same spoon that I've used for the chicken, I can use it in my sauce, okay, just to give it a quick stir. It is a little bit time consuming, and I do understand, but stay with it. When you're in groups of 3, you'll be doing lots of different things together. Someone will be help tidying up, we'll be chopping, we'll be cutting, we'll be doing all those types of things together, okay? Keeping an eye on my chicken at the back over there. Okay, won't take too long. I'm going to put the temperature up a little bit to help speed this up a little bit. All right, so in preparation, I have a pasta dish here. Okay, you guys, when you come to making this dish, you will be using the foil containers, or you can bring your own small glass ones from home, which will be potentially something like this size, okay? I'm gonna, because I made a larger portion here, I will be placing ours in here. Okay. If you don't like white sauce, you can make a tomato sauce if you like, not a problem, okay? Whichever you choose to use is fine by me. Okay, giving my chicken a quick stir. Do not forget, we're going to be placing this into the oven. So if our broccoli is not cooked, it will cook in the oven, okay? I'm sure all of you love broccoli, and we'll be putting broccoli into your pasta bake. Okay. Come back to my sauce. I can use, as you can see, this has gone much thicker to what it was, okay? So much thicker to what it was. If you add a bit of cream cheese to this as well, it'll get even thicker. Okay. Nearly done. Now, what I will do is I will turn the chicken off because the chicken is ready, okay? Giving the heat on my sauce just a little while longer, making it nice and thick. Doesn't look as appealing, I know, but when it all comes together, it will taste beautiful, okay? There you go. I'm ready now. When you with the spoon, when you're stirring it and you think, okay, this is enough thickness, you can stop at that point. You can turn the heat off, okay? And just give that a quick stir. Move that over to the side, putting the handle to this side here carefully. Taking this over here. What I would like to show you is that if you have the heat-proof mat over near your work surface, okay, take the chicken over here. So we're safe, okay? That's hot, we want to try and avoid this, all right? Taking our white sauce, okay? Actually, before we put the white sauce, I will place my pasta. into the chicken. Changing my mind here. Giving a little shake for it to come out. Okay. Now my pasta water is in here. I may still want to use this. Okay. Got a couple of pieces, using up everything so we're not wasting anything. Okay, with my wooden spoon and bringing my sauce back closer, I'm going to give this a quick stir. Okay. Now it's time for me to pour my pasta sauce, my white pasta sauce, all over my pasta. Okay, I didn't use all of it because I just want to see if I may need some more or may not need some more, okay? I want to have enough in here so it gives it a nice flavour. Okay, a little bit more I think. We can use that up. So it's a perfect quantities, okay? With my wooden spoon, I'm just taking as much ingredients out that I can. Taking this straight to the sink. Giving it a nice stir. At this point, you can just try some, okay? If you think you might need some more salt, you might need a little bit more pepper. If you want to add some chilies in here, whichever one you prefer, you can do, okay? As you know, that the sauce is quite hot, so that will cook the broccoli as well, okay? Now, bringing my pan a bit closer, making sure it's clean. I'm just taking a tea towel and wiping it clean. It has already been cleaned, okay, but just in case. Now, I will transfer this into here. Okay. Moving that broccoli piece over there so it's equal. Taking all of my ingredients, okay. I'm going to use up everything that we've got. Straight into the sink with my wooden spoon, just making sure it's all placed inside nicely. Taking it over to my heat-proof mat. Moving some of the sauce to this side. Okay, there we go. Now, final touches, not long now, guys. Okay, some cheese, and we're going to sprinkle some cheese over. We're going to place this in the oven. It's going to become beautiful and golden brown, and then it'll be ready to have as your meal. Lunch, dinner, whichever one you prefer to have it for. Okay? And thank you for being very patient, and thank you for watching.